to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs, my new best friend. How you doing?
Hi.
Lori Ann Jacobs, my soulmate. I must mention your partner, Maisha Fair, as well.
That's awesome.
mysoulmate.com.
Yes.
Tell us more about what, I mean, you're in the real estate business.
Yes, I'm a realtor here in Arizona.
But you're disrupting the way that we're matching realtors and clients.
There's nothing like us out there. So yes, we're changing the real estate industry. We're in a world where everything's always changing, and the real estate industry is the one industry that's pretty much stayed the same. And so we all the Match.coms, eHarmony's out there. I mean, now on LinkedIn, they'll match you to people, I think, that will benefit your business.
Yep.
We came up with an idea to create a more relational experience for our clients of matching buyers and sellers to realtors based on personality.
All right. So for instance, you would have somebody that has and I think in your site you define it as maybe the general or the
hero. We have 16
personalities.
And you get an avatar. We've made it really fun and interactive so that we went back, got some feedback from our beta, and decided to make it a little bit more, the user interface a little bit more fun. So when you go in and get your personality type, you actually have an avatar associated. I'm the hero.
That is so cool. I have a friend that will probably just need one realtor. She has about 20 different personalities. My ex-girlfriend, so that will leave her apart. And so, but that's cool. So, all right, so you match, how do you determine, though, the individual's personality? How does that matching work? I'm so intrigued by it.
Yes, so you go on to our site, and then you go in and take a personality profile.
The site is
mysoulmate.com.
mysoulmate.com.
And then we actually developed an app. So we have an app for iOS and Android. So you can go online and do it, but it's also, you can do it all from your phone. You go into our app or go onto mysoulmate.com.
Right.
And you take your personality, you register as a buyer or seller or a realtor, because we have realtors on the site as well, obviously. And you take a personality test. At the end of the test, it'll tell you, there's 33 questions. At the end of the test, it'll tell you what your personality type is. And then it's not the personality that's the same as yours. So it might not be the same personality, it's the most compatible with your personality type.
Got it. And so it tells you, all right, so it tells you the more compatible person. And then the system matches us automatically, or do you now, based on those 33 questions, do you go out there and try to match them?
It's instantaneous. So we have a fantastic CTO that created an algorithm very similar to Myers-Briggs, and it's instantaneous. So it takes maybe less than a minute, and so you get 3 realtor matches. We didn't want to overwhelm people, because sometimes as a realtor, the more choices you give clients, the more confused they get about what house they like.
Correct.
So we kind of used that same concept for this. We didn't want to give people like 20 matches and then have them decide. We wanted to give them the top 3 matches. So
to explain or clarify a little bit what you're talking about is that when you show somebody maybe 10 different homes, your intentions are good intentions and should have a variety of homes, but the individual, me as the buyer, I'm going to go, you know what, there's just too many flavors right here. Why don't you just kind of make me 2 or 3 or 4 that are more what I want.
I use myself as an example. Like when I go to one of those restaurants, I don't want to name them, but there's certain restaurants that have like a book of things to choose from, and I can't figure out what I like.
The
and then I have
Factory.
That's the one I was thinking of. I get food envy. I'm like, oh, maybe I should have gotten that. So we didn't want to do that with our clients. So we said, okay, we're going to give them the top 3 matches that were the most compatible with their personality. So they get those realtors, and when those realtors come over, this is what's really cool. We've given them the ability to talk through LinkedIn, very similar to chatting through LinkedIn, how we first communicated with each other.
Right.
They can talk to those 3 realtors to decide which one.
Through the app that you have.
Through the app that we have. And so those realtors, their pictures on there, they have a short bio, they can talk to them, and then they decide, I want you as my soulmate realtor or match, and they choose that person. And then we do not give the realtor. So why we're so different than other lead generation things for realtors out there is like for instance on Zillow, they give out the contact information right away. And so they might give that same contact information for that buyer or seller to several different realtors. Those realtors start calling that one person. They get multiple calls from multiple different realtors. We will not. We're kind of keeping the control in the buyer or seller's hands, and until they choose the realtor that they want to work with, that's when we send their contact information over to them.
This is
it's very different.
This is very different.
Correct.
And the argument, I would imagine, that the realtor who relies on referrals might say, well, it doesn't really matter what type of personality is coming to me. I am focused on my commission, and I'm just going to find a house so that I can make my commission.
But see, that's so funny that you said that. By creating a more relational experience with this matching, you'll get more referrals because birds of a feather flock together. They tend to. So that particular client will refer, if you've had a good experience, will refer you more clients. Now, the numbers are really interesting. 40% of people have a realtor that they are referred to by a family friend, somebody like that, family member. There's 60% of people out there, it's really 59%, that don't have a realtor, that either find their realtor online, at open houses, some way, shape, or form.
Drove by, saw the name, looked at the house,
sign call, what have you. The traditional ways of finding a realtor.
Sure.
So this is a non-traditional way that's going to try to make that experience, because all realtors, you can ask anyone, have had those clients where it's just uncomfortable. It's not a good match.
You're not a good match.
And you just want to wait. You just can't wait for that transaction to be over. You still want to help them and do your best, but you're just...
And one of the things is that we got to realize is that you're going to live with that realtor for that period of time that it's going to take to look at the house, go into escrow, close that escrow. So it could be a number of months.
Right.
I mean, that's the reality,
It is. Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's someone on our team, Maisha and I started so that we could work on my soulmate. We started a real estate team to handle a lot of our real estate business so we could really be committed to this. And I just had one of our agents, she's been working with a client for a year trying to get, so it's been a year relationship that she's been working with a client. So it's really, but she's also had those clients. She's like, I can't wait to start getting matched, because she's had those clients that she has called me and been like, oh my goodness, I really don't want to meet him. Will you go with me when I meet this particular client? So it's just a way to make the relationship, because buying a home for some people is the biggest investment they'll ever make, right?
Absolutely.
So you want to be comfortable. You want to have someone that you feel like really understands you, understands what you want. And that's why we came up with the idea of my soulmate.
What's the reaction been from the market?
Fantastic. We've only been launched, obviously we've been doing this. We're both above 40. And so for us young 40s, for us to jump into the tech arena at our age, like I was like, oh, we're going to be dinosaurs. We're not going to be accepted. It's been the opposite. And we just have found the right people. We've been blessed to have the right people introduced to us. And so it's just been going really, really well. So,
well, I think that the genius of what you're doing is the fact that you have found two separate industries or needs, right? I mean, you find the relationship aspect of it, like you described, the Match.com, the need for us to essentially find that relationship which is compatible with us, right? And also you have the real estate where nothing like that has ever been done before, and we are not matched with a realtor based on personality, but rather on the size of the house or the
amount of money they're advertising. The more time you see their picture out there,
Very, very unscientific. So you're matching these two. You put together this incredible site, and there you are. Now, the $1 million question, how do you capitalize this? How do you make money?
The realtors actually are paying us money. So you were asking how it was received. The realtors are really excited. We're new though. So, we're getting the realtors on and letting them know, hey, you're our beta, you're helping us, and we really welcome feedback from them. And we're really excited. We have just under 400 agents on our site right now. And so we make money by, it's a subscription-based service. So they pay to be matched in certain zip codes. And so, but right now, what we did, because we want to be a mile deep, we want to have as many realtors. We need a large amount of realtors so that when we have different personality types, we have a pool of realtors to choose from. They don't pay anything. We've made it risk-free for them. So basically, they sign up and they don't get paid. They don't have to pay us anything until they get their first match. After they get their first match, they can go in and decide which zip codes they want to keep or add to their profile, and then they start paying us.
This is the most innovative lead generation for realtors.
It is, and it's the cheapest. We're the low-cost leader too. You cannot, Facebook, even we advertise on Facebook. We spend $400+ a month on Facebook. Zillow and Trulia, great resources for buyers and sellers, but they are very expensive to advertise. There's agents in Scottsdale paying $8,000 a month just to be seen on Zillow and Trulia. And we found this out through a seminar we were doing. And I'm like, the average agent to be seen in Scottsdale is around $5,000 a month. They're paying a month, not a year, a month. And this agent raised her hand, she goes, try 8,000.
Oh, wow.
So there's nothing like us.
You're taking this thing only in Arizona right now? Is it outside Arizona?
Well, it's going to be. It's ready to go actually internationally, but it is going to be nationwide. We're just waiting till we hit a certain level of realtors before we launch in other cities. But I will tell you, we have a ton of California agents and agents from all over the country already going on our system and signing up, calling us saying, when are you going to be here? This is so cool. We can't wait. So it's been going really well, and we've had wonderful validation. So
this is genius. You and your partner, I'm telling you, man.
She's awesome. Yes, I couldn't do it without her. I'm telling you, there's no way we would be doing this if I didn't have her.
It sounds to me like that's the secret of your success, is
Yes.
finding the right partner to be able to carry this through.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
With that, we're out.